Alright, my friends, I don't know if you can see this or not, but I'm sitting on, there you go, oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. So I'm sitting on a wharf. This is the Maine, New Hampshire border here. Got my little dog that I'm taking, my boss's dog, Chloe. Chloe, say hi! There she is. And we're going up for a walk. It's a snowy day here in New Hampshire. There's a downtown Portsmouth, some buildings and whatnot. The drawbridge just went down. It was up for a few minutes and it just went down. It's got a big line of traffic behind me, which you might be able to see. Yeah, look at all those cars back there. Look at that. So snowy it is. I don't know if you can see the snow that well, but it's definitely coming down. It's going to come down even more here. I think they're calling for maybe 4 or 5 inches or something like that, but it's supposed to be pretty much all night long. Thankfully, I'm not flying back to Atlanta today, given that they just had the power outage in the airport there. And on top of that, flying out of here today might be a little bit of a challenge, given the snow that's coming down here. But when I was growing up, we'd be sitting on these wharfs like this, waiting for the boat to come take us into Portland. Man, that wind would blow through you. It'd freeze your butt off. Oh my goodness. See, right now it's not that windy. So it's not that hard to deal with the cold when it's not windy. It's only when it gets real windy that you really have a problem. And so if you're in the north and you can escape the wind, you'll be all right. It's the wind that gets you. That's why I could never live in Chicago, the windy city. But you can see that. Look at that. Isn't that just gorgeous back there? Look at those boats. And like I said, I wish I had the video of when the drawbridge came up. You see a boat going underneath. It's pretty cool. This one's actually pretty interesting because if you take it from this side, come here, girl. You can see how that's working right there. And you can see, it's not really a good video. But I'll show you how the bridge just goes up in one fell swoop, unlike in the old days where it have two like sections that go up and kind of almost like make an inverted V or something like that. These days they don't really do that anymore. In fact, out in the distance there, yeah, you can kind of see way out there, that's the Sarah Long Bridge that they just created, another drawbridge just like this, so they can have a third highway from Portsmouth going into Maine. So they got 95 way back there. I don't know if you can, yeah, you probably can't see that. They got this one right here which goes into Kittery. I'm not sure what this one's called actually. Then they're gonna have that Sarah Long one they just created later on that should be starting, I think, here by the end of this year. Anyway, a little bit of a different view from downtown Portsmouth. It's a pretty good place, Portsmouth. Come on, girl. But it's not cheap. This place has definitely grown up in value quite a bit over the last 15-20 years from my understanding. I never knew much about Portsmouth being from Maine. New Hampshire is always a different country to me, but I guess Portsmouth is just like Portland, and that's really increased in value over the last 15-20 years. You know, because people want to be on the water. You can't blame them. The water is beautiful. And they got these bridges right here. I'll get up here and show you the sign of it. It's pretty cool. The veteran, I think it's the Veterans Memorial Bridge from Kittery into Portsmouth. So now we're coming down to the downtown section of it. Yeah, let's see here. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, there it is. Oop, now I'm all tied up in this dog's thing. Yeah, see that right there, New Hampshire, War Memorial Bridge, New Hampshire, going into Maine right there. So that's Maine, New Hampshire. Pretty cool. All right, well, just want to share some snowy still fall day here in Portsmouth. I think it's pretty cool. And I appreciate it, guys. If you have videos you want to post that's of the scenery where you're at, I think it's always pretty cool, especially if it's part of the year that is unique to your section of the world. All right, we'll see you later. Thanks.